Today we have the T240 Toyota Allion, and we are going to give you guys our honest review about this car. We are going to inspect its interior, its exterior, and take you guys for a short spin. If you're out there and you're looking for car content, look no further because Petrolette is the right place. You can follow us on Instagram at petrolette_ke. You can follow me on Instagram at IanAtom, and make sure that you have liked, subscribed, and share this video to your family and friends. Keep it locked. The Toyota Allion is a 5-seater compact sedan, and it shares pretty much everything with its direct competitor, the Toyota Premio. The Toyota Premio is also referred to as its twin because they are pretty much the same car. They lie under the same platform and everything. So this car also shares a platform with the Toyota Corolla and the Toyota Avensis, and competitors from other companies are the Nissan Sylphy and Mazda Axela. Let's hop under the hood and see what the Toyota Allion has in store. Under the hood of the Toyota Allion is either a 1.5 liter, 1.8 liter, or a 2 liter petrol engine. This specific variant comes in the 1.8 liter petrol engine, and it does a top speed of 180 kilometers per hour, and the 0 to 100 time of this car is 10.5 seconds. The fuel tank capacity of this car is 60 liters, and the fuel consumption is 16 kilometers to the liter, which is very efficient. We can dive into the interior of this car and see what more this car has in store for us. Alright, so we are in the interior of the Toyota Allion, and the first thing that I want to look at when I get into this car is the headroom that I get is pretty much not bad because I'm around 6 foot tall, and the legroom that I get is not bad because I've pulled the seats all the way behind, and I can incline my seats back and forward depending on where I want it to be. And one thing that I like about this car's interior is the fabric seats. You see, these fabric seats, it's better than the leather seats in that this fabric, it doesn't wear and tear much. So over to the dashboard is a very simple setup, and here we have our gauge cluster and our controls. Over here we have the controls that control the windows. We have a tiny little screen over here for the infotainment system and the dials that control the AC and the temperature gauge. So let's look at the storage spaces. At the front here I have my bottle. We can test this side over here. Unfortunately it can't fit, but it can fit some envelope and little things. But over here we have a cup holder that can hold up to 2 coffee cups like this, and we have a place where you can put your remote for your infotainment system. We have a place that you can use as your ashtray and all that. We also have a glove box here that contains the it's called what? It's called the user manual for this car, but it's written in Japanese. So yeah, so let me take you on the back of this car and see what the passengers experience. Okay, I'm at the back of the Toyota Allion, and the purpose of this cup is to test whether the cup holders at the back here can do their job. So let me set it aside. And the first thing that I notice when I get into the back of the Toyota Allion is the space. It has very big space. I did not expect to get such big space behind here. It has very good legroom. I can stretch my feet. It has very good headroom, and the seats are comfortable compared to other cars in this category. So one feature that I like about this car is that the rear window can go all the way down, which is a plus. Let's go and see the boot space of this car. One of the most important reasons why one will go to buy a car is the aspect of practicality. And practicality comes in many aspects. One of them being the boot space. So the Toyota Allion has a boot space of 490 liters, which can carry a couple of suitcases, and you can also use it to store your subwoofers for people who like to upgrade their infotainment systems and their radios. So this leads us to the most annoying things about this car. Number one is that if this car ends up in a front end or a rear end collision, it ends up losing its shape, and it can be very hard to repair the shape. Number two is limited visibility on the rear view mirror. Number three is the lack of powered seats. I have to adjust these seats manually by holding this thing down here and sliding front and rear. Now this leads us to the good things about the Toyota Allion. Number one, since this is a Toyota, parts are readily available and they're fairly cheap. Number two is that the second row seats can recline. Let me just demonstrate. I pull this thing over here and it reclines, and I get access to the boot. Number three is that the windows of the Toyota Allion are all automatic, meaning that with just one press, you can take all the windows either all the way up or all the way down. Okay guys, so we are in the Toyota Allion for the drive, and we are driving around Parklands area right now, and as you can see, I am seated in the driver's seat driving this car, and the view that I have up front is so good. And as I'm driving this car, one of the things that I noticed that is not so good is the road noise. So far so good. The acceleration of this car, when I kick down the accelerator, there we go. It's not that fast, but it's bearable for a car that is 1.8 cc. And so far so good. The comfortability of this car is good. The view on the rear view is not so good, but the side mirrors view is good, and it's commendable. It's workable. For I have driven some cars that are way worse, and as I'm speaking right now, my hands are on the armrest right here. I'm resting my arms on the armrest, and I am steering with one hand. So that means that the steering of this car is good, and the body roll is not so bad. So for such a compact sedan, it's so comfortable. It's not as comfortable as the Mercedes-Benz and the German machines and the British machines, but this is a car that you can take on a fairly long road trip, and it will give you the kind of fuel economy and the kind of efficiency that a driver would want. This is a car that I can assure you, when you've done service and when you've done everything that you want, it will give you reliability on the road as you're traveling, and you want look at that driver, man. In conclusion, the Toyota Allion T240 is a mid-sized sedan that offers a comfortable and a spacious cabin. It offers reliable performance and a reputation for durability. However, there are some potential drawbacks to consider, such as road noise, limited headroom for people who are so tall, and lack of modern features on some variants. Ultimately, whether the Toyota Allion T240 is the right car for you will depend on specific needs and preferences that you have. And it's always a good idea to test drive the car to evaluate its features and performance before making a decision. Overall, the Toyota Allion T240 is a solid choice for those seeking for a practical and a reliable mid-sized sedan. Subscribe to our channel for more car reviews and updates. Don't forget to share this video with your family and friends who may be in the market for a used car. Your support helps us to create more high quality content and bring you the latest information on cars that matters to you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Number one, if you are not okay. Number one, if you are not a keen driver and you end up driving